Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really exciting, artificial intelligence meeting creativity.
Yeah, specifically in art, music, and literature. We're looking at a source called AI in the creative arts.
Exactly. And, the source material really asks this big question. Can machines actually be creative?
It's a fundamental question. And the source paints this picture of AI really redefining what's even possible in artistic expression.
Totally. Things like algorithms, painting, neural networks composing music, AI writing poems. It's pretty wild stuff.
It really is. It sort of challenges our whole notion of where art comes from.
Okay, so let's start with AI art. The source talks about tools, DALL 2, Midjourney. You've probably seen these online.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere now. You type in a description like an astronaut riding a horse, and boom, you get an image.
It's incredible technology. DALL 2, for instance, it uses these really complex algorithms to understand the text and then, well, create the picture.
But that does bring up some tricky questions, right? The source gets into this, like who actually owns that artwork?
Right. Is it the person who wrote the prompt? The AI developer? And what about the impact on, human artists?
Exactly. That is a huge point in the source material. The whole copyright thing is, it's a real tangle because the AI learns from millions of existing images.
So it touches on that traditional idea of individual authorship.
Precisely. But on the other hand, the source also points out how it's kind of democratizing image creation. Suddenly, anyone with an idea can visualize it, potentially.
That's a good point. Okay, let's shift gears to music. The progress there is, well, it's just as impressive, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're way beyond those simple MIDI sounds now. Remember those?
Oh, yeah. Now we have these sophisticated algorithms that can compose really complex pieces. The source mentions platforms like Jukebox, Amper Music.
Right. Tools that can generate customized music.
Yeah.
And it's not just composition either. AI is being used for enhancing audio quality, creating sound effects.
So it can be a tool for musicians too, not just replacing them.
I think that's a key takeaway from the source, yeah. It can help break creative blocks, suggest harmonies, maybe even tailor music to a specific mood you need. It's about augmenting human creativity.
Okay, interesting. And then there's literature, AI writing. Tools like GPT-3 can generate text that's, well, surprisingly coherent.
It is surprising. The source explores using AI for stories, poetry, even screenplays potentially.
But again, we hit those ethical bumps, originality, plagiarism concerns. What does it mean if an AI writes a story? Is it authentic?
The source really pushes us to consider what makes human writing, human, that spark of intent, the real emotional depth. Can AI replicate that or just mimic it?
That's the core of it, I suppose. So looking at the bigger picture, the source seems to suggest AI has this potential to open up creativity to more people.
Yeah, democratizing it. As we said with art, people maybe without formal training getting involved.
But at the same time, there's this ongoing, maybe slightly nervous conversation about the future role of human artists.
Definitely. The source highlights that tension very clearly. It's AI as this enabling tool versus these fundamental questions about what happens to human artistry.
It doesn't really give easy answers, does it?
No, not at all. It more sort of sets the stage for the discussion we need to think about responsible development here.
Absolutely. So for you listening, we really encourage you to check out some of this AI-generated art, music, maybe even text. There are loads of platforms and examples out there now.
Yeah, experience it firsthand. See what you think.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to mull over, something the source makes you think about. How is all this AI involvement going to reshape how we understand, how we value human creativity itself in the years to come?
That's the big question, isn't it? And we're really just starting to figure out the answer.